Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary. You might wonder, why am I showing you the 2021 Toyota Venza? Well, I'm here at Yoakum Toyota in Shreveport, Louisiana, and you might say that Venza is nice, but not quite big enough. Well, based on a request, let me introduce you to the alternative to the Venza. It's the 2021 Toyota Highlander. This is also a hybrid edition that we're going to take a look at today. And the video comes as a request. I always ask what you want to see me feature here on the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel, and somebody did ask specifically for a Highlander, so that is what we are going to take a look at today. This is also the limited version, so if you saw my video on the Venza that I recently put up, then basically we're looking at the exact same trim level here, but a little bit larger. This is a 3-row SUV, so if that is something you happen to be looking for, then the Highlander may be something you want to consider. I'll list the safety features on the screen, and we'll follow that up with the trim levels of the 2021 Highlander. And there are no significant changes for 2021. Not necessarily a bad thing, but just so you know what we're going to be looking at today. No changes to report, but you do have a lot of great features and functionality. LED headlights, LED fog lights, as you can see, and LED taillights on the rear of this model. And you do have the heated power side view mirrors. And as you can see, turn signal indicator built in. Don't have that turned on right now. And the roof rails on top. The wheels are 20 inches. And we'll take a look at what is under the hood so you can know exactly what you have as far as motivation to get this model down the road. And as we take a look under the hood, I will give you the details on the screen as to exactly what you have under the hood: horsepower, torque, type of transmission, all that good stuff. And for being a large SUV as this is, the gas mileage is actually rather impressive. Of course, like I said, it is a hybrid model. The combined total is 36 miles per gallon, and it's 36 miles per gallon city and 35 highway. That's pretty impressive, I must say. And just a real quick look at the side here. You do have the side steps to make getting in and out a little bit easier. Not that it's hard to get in and out of the Highlander because, well, it's not that high off the ground, not a big deal. You do have the roof rails up there if you need to put something on the top. This is what the rear roof spoiler looks like to help channel the air over the rear window as you're driving down the road to help keep that clean. But when you're sitting stationary, obviously the dirt and dust floating around, whether it's in your driveway or wherever, well, you can easily deal with that with the rear window wiper. And you do have a hands-free power rear lift gate. We'll go ahead and open that up. And here's something, if you're looking for a larger 3-row SUV from Toyota, well, here is your option. As you can see, you've got 3 rows right here. And let's see if I can do this one-handed. I'll give you the cargo numbers on the screen as far as what you have. That is hard to do one-handed. So you can put the 60-40 split rear seats down if you wish to. You do have a spare tire located underneath the floor, so a very nice option there. No tire repair kits or anything like that. And as we begin to work our way into the interior, you can have nice sized door bins here in the rear. The materials are nice and comfortable, so if your rear seat passengers are putting their arms on that armrest, it is pretty comfortable. A little bit of padding there, and you easily can move this. See, I'm doing this one-handed. This is one of the challenges of what I do here, holding the gimbal with the camera on it. But here's the thing, it's very easy to move this seat forward. I did that one-handed, as you can see, and there is how you're going to hop into the rear seat. Now, if you have small kids, this is definitely going to be the right place for them to sit, be nice and comfortable back there. And even though there is some room back here, the adults are definitely going to want to sit here in the middle row where there is a lot of leg room, pretty reasonable amount of space. And of course, just a quick look at your rear of the console here. Now, there's no air conditioning vents on the console, but there are air conditioning vents on the roof, not only here for the middle row seat passengers, but the rear as well, as you can see right there. And focusing back down here to the rear portion of the console, as you can see, One thing that I find interesting, not necessarily a bad thing, is that you have a power outlet instead of a 12 volt and your USB ports. And of course, there are all of the controls. I don't have the ignition turned on right now, so you can't see that, but your controls for the air conditioning. And I guess the fire department has decided this Highlander must be rather hot, because they are on the way. Check it out. Going to be part of a Vehicle Visionary YouTube video. But as you can see, here is the passenger side door for the Highlander. Just another quick look into the interior. And I really wonder, can you fit something in there? Kind of an interesting little space right there. But there is a little bit of storage space, as you can see. But I do like the rather elegant look of the interior here in the Highlander, including a sunroof. And of course, I always like to show the glove box just so you can see. And there is a good bit of stuff in there right now, but you can see there is a reasonable amount of space. I'm going to stick my hand down in there just so you can see what is there. There are your beverage holders. As you can see, got my bottle of water sitting in there just so you can see. But I will move that out of the way just because I think this is going to be a better angle to show you your USB ports right there. And there is a 12 volt power outlet if you were wondering if you had one or not. I'll go ahead and raise these covers right here so you can see what is underneath there as well. Now you might notice that there is no wireless charging right there, but that doesn't mean there is not wireless charging in the Highlander. All right guys, quick look here at the driver's side door. You do have seat memory and of course power seats here in the front, and quite a few features and functionality right here. Everything pretty self-explanatory, but I can't wait to push this button right here and show you the camera because that is rather nice. I like that feature. And while it's manually adjustable, the steering wheel is fully adjustable, tilt and telescopically. And just to give you a little bit more of a view of what's here to the left of the steering wheel so you know what is there. And we'll hop inside and I will hit the ignition button right here so you can see what comes up on the dashboard, just to see the dashboard or instrument cluster graphics, which are pretty nice. Even though this hasn't been updated, like I said, for 2021, that still looks rather modern, I would say. And the typical features and functionality here that you would likely expect, and I say this, I know, in every video, hope you don't get tired of hearing it, for those who watch me regularly. But if this is something you've never had, this kind of technology, don't be afraid of it. It's very easy to learn. We've all had to do it who have vehicles like this, and we did learn it. Not a big deal, not difficult. If you can use your cell phone, you can definitely use this technology here in the Highlander. So just to show you a quick look at the dashboard, of course, here is your infotainment screen, a 7-inch screen. Let's see if I can do that one-handed. Come on, there we go. Just to give you a good view of what is here. And you do have some options here beneath the screen if you want to do just kind of a one-touch to different areas of the screen. Very simple to use, very easy to figure out. And of course, there is the controlling or the controls for your air conditioning, the heated and the ventilated seats here in the front. You've got quite a bit of information that you can go through here. Everything's very easy to use and figure out. And you do have the same thing over here on the other side also, just like what we looked at on the Venza if you saw that video that I put up recently. Just to kind of give you a quick overview of what is here. Controls for the radio. As you can see, you got your two knobs right there. And a little more storage space inside the area right here underneath the air conditioning vents. And there is the shifter. And one thing that I haven't seen in too many vehicles before, nothing unusual to have a selection for driving modes, but it actually tells you what those driving modes are right here. And as you can see, we're going to go over here onto the dashboard so you can see those modes as I select them, just so you can see what happens. Now, you do have a backup camera here, which I will put the Highlander into reverse so you can see that. Not that unusual. Of course, you've got the camera right here where you can go in and look around the vehicle and see your surroundings up close. But if that's not enough, here's that button I was talking about over here with the camera on it. What happens when you push that? Here's what you wind up with. Now there's a couple of different views here, but if you want to see what is around your Highlander, that is how you do it. But like I said, you've got a couple of different options, so I'll give you another view right there. I really like that. If you want to stop, you can just touch the screen. You do have an option right there where you can start it back up again, but you can actually touch anywhere on the screen, and I apologize for what I just did right there. I didn't mean to do that. Getting my hand in the scene basically like that. If that annoys anybody, I'm sure I'll hear about it in the comments, but that'll draw more views. That's a good thing. And so basically that's what you have. I really like the way that looks to check your surroundings, and then you can just pause it anytime you want to. So a very, very nice feature there. One of my personal favorites, honestly, that I have found here in the Highlander, and more features and functionality here, pretty simple to figure out. You've got brake hold mode, your power parking brake. If you want to go into EV mode, of course, there you go right there. Now, what was I talking about earlier when I mentioned that it didn't look like there was wireless charging? Well, that's because it's located right here in the top portion of the console, and you can move that out of the way to access storage within the console. You've got the tray right there if you want to use that, or you can remove that to gain access or increase your storage space or whatever you may wish to do. So based on the request that I received, there is a quick tour of the 2021 Toyota Highlander. Now there's a particular trim level you want to see me feature. Tell me down in the comments, and if they have it here at Yoakum Toyota, we will definitely make that happen. I got to thank my friends here at the dealership for loaning me this Highlander for the day, and thanks to all of you for taking the time to watch, giving me an opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.